In August 2014, a group of workers at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo were removing the golden death mask of Tutankhamun from its display case when they accidentally knocked the beard off. The 5.5-pound plaited gold beard just came clean off the face. Rather than reporting it, the workers grabbed a tube of quick-drying epoxy and glued it back on. The beard ended up off-centre, surrounded by dried glue, with scratches on 3,300-year-old gold. When the damage went public a few months later, 8 employees were charged with negligence. A German conservator named Christian Ekman from Leisa in Mainz was brought in to fix it. His team spent over 4 weeks removing the epoxy millimetre by millimetre using wooden tools. The whole restoration cost about $54,000, funded by Germany. But here's the part nobody really talked about. To fix the beard, Ekman had to examine the inside of the mask. And what he found in there hadn't been seen by anyone in over 3,000 years. There was a gold tube inside, connecting the beard to the face. That was the original attachment mechanism from when the mask was made. The original adhesive turned out to be beeswax, not resin. And the beard had actually been detached since 1925, when Howard Carter first pulled it off during excavation. It was quietly reattached in 1946 with a wooden dowel and soft solder. Nobody widely knew that until Ekman's work brought it to light. Now, you'd think the most famous artifact on Earth would have been scanned with every piece of modern technology we've got. It hasn't. Not even close. And the reason why is one of the strangest gaps in modern science. I'm David, and you're watching Pharynix. In this video, we're going to look at what scientists have actually found inside King Tut's golden mask, the ongoing debate over who it was really made for, and why this 3,300-year-old artifact has never been subjected to the kind of imaging we routinely use on far less important objects. So, what do we actually know about the mask? It weighs about 22.5 pounds, not the 24 pounds you'll see quoted everywhere. It's about 21 inches tall and 15.5 inches wide. It's made from 2 sheets of high-carat gold hammered into shape. The face is actually a separate piece, riveted and soldered to the headdress and collar. The eyes are inlaid with obsidian and quartz. The blue stripes on the headdress are lapis lazuli, traded from about 2,500 miles away in Afghanistan. And on the back, there's a passage from the Book of the Dead, inscribed across 12 lines. But the most advanced scientific analysis ever done on this mask wasn't carried out at some high-tech facility. It was done with a portable device, carried into the museum by hand. Between 2006 and 2007, Professor Masayuki Uda from Waseda University in Tokyo brought a portable XRDF scanner into the Egyptian Museum. It combines X-ray diffraction and fluorescence, letting you analyse a surface without touching it. And what Uda's team found changed how people think about this mask. The face and neck are coated in a different gold than the rest of the body. The face has a thin layer, about 30 nanometers, of 18.4 carat whitish gold. It's an alloy that produces a deliberately lighter, almost pale complexion. The headdress, collar, and everything else has a coating of 22.5 carat gold, richer and more yellow. And it goes deeper. Beneath those coatings, the structural gold is also different. The face reads 23.2 carat, the rest reads 23.5 carat. Two different types of gold in the same mask. Uda's team also found something unusual in the blue stripes of the headdress. The glass paste is a composition combining elements of both Amarna blue and Egyptian blue, in a way that hadn't been found on any other artifact. They called it Tutankhamun blue. So you've got a mask with two different golds and a material found nowhere else. The face appears to have been made separately from the body. And that raises an obvious question. Was this mask originally made for someone else? In 2015, British Egyptologist Nicholas Reeves argued that it was. He laid out 5 lines of evidence. The cartouches, the oval nameplates, show signs of being re-engraved from an earlier name. The face gold differs from the body gold. The ears are pierced, which was more common for queens and children. The face is a separate riveted piece. And proportional analysis, he argued, suggests feminine features. His conclusion was that the mask was originally made for Nefer Nefruaten, possibly Nefertiti, and was repurposed for Tutankhamun after the young king died unexpectedly at around 19. In 2024, Professor Joanne Fletcher at the University of York revisited Carter's records and supported the idea that the mask wasn't made for an adult male pharaoh. But Ekman pushed back. Having physically examined the mask's interior during the restoration, something no other living scholar has done, he found no evidence of face replacement, no visible cartouche alteration from inside, and nothing to support the reworking theory. He published his findings in the Journal of the American Research Center in Egypt in 2023. Claire Gilmore from the University of Bristol also pointed out in 2024 that mummies of other 18th dynasty male kings have pierced ears too, so that argument doesn't hold up as well as it might seem. The debate is still open as of 2026. But here's what gets me. It doesn't have to be. There's a machine called a synchrotron. It's a particle accelerator, usually about the size of a football stadium, that speeds up electrons until they produce X-rays about 100 billion times brighter than a hospital X-ray. When you point that at an artifact, each element gives off its own signal. You can build chemical maps at a resolution of about 1.2 micrometers. Uda's portable device had a spot size of 1 to 3 millimeters. So we're talking roughly 1,000 times more detail. To put it simply, portable XRF tells you this is gold. A synchrotron tells you exactly what kind of gold it is, what trace elements are in it, and which mine it probably came from. Maria Filomena Guerra at CNRS and the Sorbonne has shown that synchrotron X-ray fluorescence can pick up platinum group elements at concentrations as low as 20 parts per million. Those trace elements work like a geological fingerprint for gold. Rosemarie and Dietrich Klemm from LMU Munich mapped around 250 ancient gold production sites across the Eastern Desert and Nubia. So if you ran a synchrotron scan on the mask, you could figure out whether the face gold and the body gold came from different mines. That would pretty much settle the repurposing debate at the elemental level. And there's another option: neutron imaging. Neutrons pass right through metal, but light up organic materials. It's basically the opposite of an X-ray. In 2023, Daniel O'Flynn at the British Museum and Anna Fedrigo at the ISIS neutron source in Oxfordshire used this to scan 6 sealed Egyptian animal coffins made of copper alloy. They could see what was inside without opening them, published in scientific reports. If you applied that to the mask, you could potentially find beeswax residues, textile fragments, or inscriptions beneath the gold that nobody knows are there. These aren't experimental technologies. They're in regular use. The Hiddensee gold treasure and the sky disk of Nebra have both been scanned at Bessie 2 in Berlin. In 2023 and 2024, carbonized scrolls from Herculaneum, buried by Vesuvius almost 2,000 years ago, were virtually unrolled at Diamond Light Source in the UK. A team led by Yusuf Nader, an Egyptian-German PhD student, won the $700,000 Vesuvius Challenge Grand Prize by decoding over 2,000 Greek characters from a scroll nobody had read in 2 millennia. Luke Fariter from the University of Nebraska became the first person in roughly 2,000 years to read a word from an unopened scroll. The word was the Greek for purple. If we can read text inside a burnt scroll, we can probably figure out what's going on inside a golden mask. The mask hasn't left Egypt in a long time, and it's not going to visit a synchrotron in France or England. But the Grand Egyptian Museum, which opened on November 1st, 2025, has a 32,000 square metre conservation centre with 19 labs and over 150 specialists. It cost over $1.2 billion to build. All 5,398 objects from Tutankhamun's tomb are displayed together there for the first time ever. The infrastructure is there, portable equipment is getting better, and the political will to study Egyptian heritage on Egyptian terms has never been stronger. In September 2024, Zahi Hawass launched a petition with over 240,000 signatures demanding the return of the Rosetta Stone and the bust of Nefertiti, citing the GEM as proof Egypt can look after its own heritage. So we've got a 3,300-year-old mask with 2 different golds, a material found on no other artifact in history, a debate about who it was actually made for that has been going back and forth for a decade, citing the GEM as proof Egypt can look after its own heritage. So we've got a 3,300-year-old mask with 2 different golds, a material found on no other artifact in history, a debate about who it was actually made for that has been going back and forth for a decade, and a history of modern damage that includes a botched epoxy job. And in its entire existence, it has been examined with advanced instruments exactly twice. If a golden mask can still be holding secrets after a century of study and 3,000 years of silence, you do have to wonder, what else is sitting in our museums, waiting for somebody to take a proper look?